Alright, bass players, just to let you know, I'm not a bass player. Or at least not first and foremost. I'm a guitarist who bought a bass. But I play a bit, so hopefully this is helpful. Consider yourself warned. In today's video, we're checking out the SX VTG series PJ electric bass. The reason they call this a PJ is we get the precision bass pickup over here and the J, jazz bass, in the bridge position. There's a few reasons why I ended up buying this particular bass, and this is going to be used on a lot of the videos on this channel moving forward, as well as the live jam sessions. One, it's extremely light. This is so much lighter than the Squier Classic Vibe I tried, and it's also lighter than the Fender Made in Mexico Jazz or P-Bass. So it made a lot of sense considering the price. This is about 1/3 of the price of those far more expensive instruments. The next biggest reason why I ended up buying this was the fact it was loaded with both the precision and the jazz bass pickups, which I was on the fence between a P and a J bass. I was starting to lean more towards the P-Bass sound, but I didn't really find one that I loved. So this gives me basically a combination of them both. We get two volume controls here. This one controls the precision bass volume, and this one controls the jazz bass volume, and we get a global tone control over here. One of the best things about this though is you can either run them both together, eliminate the J bass pickup altogether and just use the front pickup, or do the opposite and just have the jazz bass pickup over here. Here's the headstock up close. We get a great set of tuners. They feel great, and this is held tuned throughout the entire video. If you're wondering why it looks all sort of scratchy on the pickguard here, I haven't actually taken off the plastic yet. I'll do that soon, I promise. First up, let's have a listen to how this bass sounds in the mix using both pickups with the volume all the way up. The tone control is not enabled in any way. I've got the Hartke HD500 mic'd up with a JTS NX2 microphone. It's built for bass and kick drums. And I'm also using the XLR line out into my Focusrite audio interface. So you're gonna hear a mix and blend between them both. I'm not gonna add any extra effects or anything like that. Then we'll isolate some tones in just a moment. Here we go. Over to some isolated tones. So what you're about to hear now is the same amp mic'd up with the XLR going out. We're going to start on both pickups, then go over to the P-Bass pickup, the jazz bass pickup, and then I'll roll out the tone control. Listening back to the tones, my favorite combination were both pickups all the way up and the P-Bass on its own. We also don't get any buzz in that position. If you are just using the bridge pickup, being that it's a single coil, you can get a little bit of buzz. It's not the end of the world, it's quite common, but I just thought I'd point that out. Up next, I want to showcase how this bass sounds without the XLR. So this will just be the amp tone mic'd up with the JTS NX2. right, let's wrap this video up. I'm going to talk about why I purchased this, the tones, and how it feels to play. We may actually start with the tones. This is extremely usable. One of my favorite sounds is both pickups all the way up. It sounds great incorporating the J and the P bass together. It sounds really musical. It gives you a nice clarity and punch, but all of that niceness from the P pickup. Now, I did notice when I got onto just the P bass, it was dead quiet. There was no buzz or anything like that, because this is basically like a split humbucker. So that's how they get that sound. Now, when I got over to the Jazz pickup, just this bridge pickup, there was a little bit of that single coil buzz, but it still sounds unreal. The tone control is very responsive as well. At about half, you can get some really musical tones depending on your style. So I have no hesitations recommending this in terms of tone. But there's two things I love about this. How it feels to play. This neck is in a league of its own for an instrument at this particular price point. It's not even close. This outplayed the Squier P bass I played recently, which I thought I was going to buy, but this was a much better choice. I'm so glad I got a chance to play a lefty. Not only that, it's set up so much better than other guitars that I played at a much more expensive price point. So for me, doing this YouTube stuff at home, the occasional jam session, all that kind of stuff, this will be an absolute no-brainer. Look how light this is. It's a bit hard to get a sense of that, but it's as light as some of my lighter electric guitars. Not only does this look cool, it's extremely playable. You get great clear tones out of it. So irrespective of your genre, being that we get the P and the J bass, you can get any combination of both or one or the other. So there's a lot of really flexible and functional tones in here, and the neck feels really great in the hand. I can't stress that enough, man. It's so comfortable to play. So SX, man, let us know what you think in the comment section. Again, if you want to check this out, I'll link it down below. Thanks for watching. Catch you soon. See ya.